Okay, another day, another dirt moving day. I've already done a little bit more today, not very much, just got started. What is today? Today, day 7 of moving dirt, basically. So we're gonna try some different things today to see if we can make it easier. My body is like so sore, my arms and my back. I mean, it's probably good for me, right? But it's taking so long because I wear out so fast with my current technique. So our viewer Terry had a suggestion that we're gonna try, and Sam had a couple suggestions we're gonna try. We're gonna see if we can figure out a better way to move this dirt faster. The issue is it's all very compacted. Now, you're probably saying to yourself, it shouldn't really get that bad in there. And you are absolutely right. This stall should have been cleaned out every year. It was not. Instead, what we did is we just layered lots of straw on top. And the reason for that is when we didn't have equipment, so we have to do it like I'm doing it now, which is manually, which is an incredible amount of work. And the second reason is we didn't have time to do that much work all at once. And because there's animals that have been living in here, it really had to be done all at once to clean it out and still allow them to stay here because I don't have another stall for animals. But we sold our dairy goats. As you know, we are going to get some meat goats and meat sheep here probably in about a month. And so we're trying to get it all cleaned out the way it should be. And then the other reason was, if you've been watching, you know I had a heart condition, and so I couldn't physically do this work, and Sam didn't have the time to do the work, so the work just didn't get done. But now we're in a much better place, and I physically am able. Sam still doesn't have the time, so I'm doing it, but we're trying to get it done. My current method is I hit it with the mattock and chip off. The problem is, I am little, and the mattock is heavy, and I am not very strong. And also, this is so compacted that even if I really stand up and swing at it, it takes a lot of power to get a little bit started off the block. Once I get a pile of that, I use my shovel, my just regular spade, shovel it out into that wheelbarrow over there, and then bring that down to the garden and dump it. It takes a very long time, and I'm going to make it to the deadline doing it this way, but gosh, it's gonna break my body first, or I'm gonna have amazing looking arms. I'm not sure which one. So our viewer Terry suggested that it might be easier to use a garden fork thing, you know, the 4-pronged fork. Okay, so we're gonna try that first. We're gonna see if that lets me not have to use the mattock and if I can get larger chunks broken off. So walk to the other end of the stall here. We'll see if we can find our garden fork. Our barn is an absolute mess because we cleaned out the mud room to do repairs on it and just dropped everything in here. Oh, good. It's right in the front. Don't you love when that happens? That doesn't happen very often. Okay, let's see if we can get pieces broken off without as much muscle effort. I think this is a good suggestion in theory, but I have a feeling that it's just too hard after years of being walked on and patted down. So let's see here though. Well, actually, Terry might be onto something. It really, once you get it in there, it really kind of moves it down, and it's on, like yeah, see? That's better. That's a lot more dirt than before. Thank you, Terry. That worked a lot better and was much easier on my body. The next suggestion was from Sam, and it was to use a larger shovel to scoop it out. We have one of those manure shovels. See if we can go get that. Now, you might say, well, gee, Laura, isn't that common sense to use a larger shovel? My concern, the reason I am not using it, is that I'm afraid that it's going to be so heavy that I'll get the shovel full of this composted material, and then it's going to be really hard for me to wing it out and around the corner to the wheelbarrow. All right, let's give it a try. See if it's not so heavy that we can't get it out the door. Okay, I'll say I can't do it if I load the shovel all the way full. It's really heavy. But I can do like a 1/2 to 3/4 load shovel and get it over there real easy without it really pulling on my shoulders and my back, which are already sore. So I think this in general is going to make it go faster. So the third suggestion we had was also from Sam, and that was, hey, you know, our tax refund will be coming really soon. Should be, you know, any day now, hopefully. And why don't we use that and rent a walk, he called it like a walk behind bobcat. That might be the wrong term. If you're here on Teal House Farm for technical names for things, you should know by now that that is not my forte. So it's like a bobcat thing, but you push it instead of motorized, because there's not really a lot of room in our barn for anything really large, but that it would be really small and would have a big scoop on it, and it would be somewhat electric, so you wouldn't have to use as much muscle to be able to get the leverage to move this stuff. And so we looked at it, and it was like probably $300 to $400 to rent it for the weekend. We figured this is a lot. Can't do all of this shed in one day, even with that kind of assistance. But I'm not sure. If we were really up against the deadline, maybe. But my fear more is he still has basically until July in nursing school. And so if I was going to spend $400 now on something that maybe isn't necessary, what happens if in July, you know, we have a vehicle that needs repaired, and I'll be like, oh, if we only hadn't spent that $400, I, you know, wouldn't be so tight trying to get this done. You know, things like adulting things that come up, knowing how tight the budget is until he's done with school and has a new job. So I'm not really 100% on spending that money. Not that it wouldn't be money well spent, but I am worried that it'll be money that's spent that's regretted that we spent it later when it's not entirely necessary, because we still do have, you know, 6 to 8 weeks until I really want to start getting things in the ground. It's a lot of time to do a little bit of work every day by hand. So I think saving that money and using my muscle is better, as long as, you know, I don't feel like I'm hurting my body. I'm sore. But I mean, I don't do this kind of physical labor every day. I think anybody would be sore. So, you know, my back's not hurting. My muscles are just a little sore. All right, enough jabbering. We're going to get some work done. Today's time goal is basically till like 4:30 when I have to make dinner. So the little kids are napping, they'll get up, but it's beautiful out today, so they can come play outside while I'm working and Sam is studying. And then later this week, it's supposed to be super wintry again, so we're going to get a bunch done today, so that, because we know the rest of the week is kind of probably going to be shot with the weather from doing this kind of outside chore, because everything's just going to be cold and frozen. So let's get some stuff moved. Did you wake up? Do you want to go play outside? No? What do you want to do? Do you want a snack? Snack? Okay. Let's leave this in here. Ooh. Hi. Okay. Let's go get a snack. Oh, okay. Going outside. Go for it, man. You don't need shoes. It's nice out. Need help? What do you need? A knack? An outside knack? Okay, hang on. Can you... Can you share snacks with Mitter?
This is like our 10th challenge from last week. Seriously.
You're doing good.
We've done so many outdoor challenges. I only got one thing. I brought 3 snacks. I brought 3 snacks. Oh, we both brought Captain Crunch.
Oh, look, they got cereal for you.
We love cereal. You want some? I got some too. Oh, and by the way, can I show you my genius plan?
Mitter P, you want some milk?
No. Okay, so guys.
Okay, I think I have perfected the technique. We're moving a lot faster now. Let me show you. So first, we go around the edge of our giant cavern. I'm standing in the middle of it with the mattock, just to help poke some holes in it for our pitchfork to grab onto. Then garden fork in the holes, push it down. Just kind of work our way around this edge that we've broken up and just push it all down.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, getting there, huh? And then try to kind of scoop it towards the middle of the well we've made so that we can actually reach the shovel to grab it. And as you can see, with very little whacking and smacking, we have a nice pile that we're going to put into our wheelbarrow. Then we take the wheelbarrow down to the garden. And we dump it. All right. We made some really good progress today. Feeling really good about this technique. Sorry, they're arguing over who needs to pick up more stuff. Everybody needs to help pick up so we can have dinner tonight. We made really good progress today. I got another like 8 piles on my garden, which feels great. And tomorrow should still be pretty nice, so I should be able to do some more. And then we'll be off for a few days as it gets wintry again. But feeling really optimistic and less overwhelmed now with this project. So thanks so much for watching, guys. We'll catch you next time.